All right, guys, we got about 3 minutes before we get started, so just trying to make sure everything's up and up, and we'll get moving.
Oh, you're in Aurora.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I came to Aurora today. I'm needing to kind of get up and out, and yeah, that's what I'm needing to do. So I was like, well, let me go over there and see if I can film. Not to mention the internet over here seems to be a touch better than it is at home.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, we got about 2 minutes, guys. Let's see, who do we have? We have Miss Sarah, Mr. Wayne, Miss Sonia, myself. All right, guys, we'll get going in about 2 minutes, so definitely hydrate, do whatever you gotta do. We'll go from there.
Remember this video with coach working with somebody in Zoom online, and on the back plan, you know, like people are messing around, some students like slap each other back.
Yeah, that was a really good one. That was a funny one. It was like safety. We're like super safe. That's true. I forgot about that. That was a really funny one. Let's see, we got about 2 minutes or a minute, I think. I swear I cannot see anymore without these glasses on. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. So we've got a limited amount of space, so yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, guys, so go ahead and bring your feet together, guys, hands at your side, and bow. All right, I'm going to set the timer really quick. We're going to warm up just a little bit. Everything's going to be about 30-second intervals, guys. So, yeah, just have fun with it. Just have fun with it. So let me put this on gallery view for everybody. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Just kind of jogging in place right now, right? If you have any sort of bad knees, back, or anything like that, do take it slow, right? Do take it slow. All right, nice. There you go. Everything's, like I said, only going to be 30 seconds. So if you need to modify for any reason, please do so. You got about 12 seconds. Leo, Bella, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Awesome. Good to see you. 5 seconds, guys. You're going to go to high knees. Good. All right. All right, guys. I'm having to use one of my old timers just so you guys know. And it has a 10-second kind of final round thing that you're going to hear. So every now and then it's going to seem like you're hearing a lot of buzzers. That's because I'm using this old timer. So anyway, so keep going through this one. Keep going. Yeah, 10 more seconds here. Now, the next buzzer, you're going to go heels to your bottoms. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, Leo. Let's go, Leo. Good. Heels to your bottom. Go, 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 go. Heels to your bottom. Nice. Keep it going, keep it going. All the way, all the way. 16 seconds. All right, guys, so we have a little bit of space here, so we're just going to shuffle back and forth a little bit, right? Be careful, don't run into your husband, your wife, or anything like that. Crazy. There you go. Good, good, good. Shuffle, guys. Let's go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. All the way down, all the way back. All the way down, all the way back. Very nice. You got about 12 more seconds, guys, and then you're going to turn the other direction. Keep going, still same direction. Remember, we got this goofy timer. Good. You're going to change directions. Now, go other way. There you go. Kids, don't let your father be faster than you. Bella, Leo, don't you let your father beat you, my gosh. Go. They're going to trip you, Wayne. Watch out. You got a few seconds left, guys, and then you're going to do 2 and 2s. Have fun with that one. Here we go. Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go, guys. Go. 2 and 2s. There you go. Try not to trip over each other. To the left, to the right. To the left, to the right. Only 20 seconds left, guys. Only 20 seconds. Let's go. 10 seconds left. Keep going. 10 seconds left. Good. Now, if you have a partner, guys, here's what I want you to do. You're just going to start doing very easy, very basic guard pulls, right? So watch this. If I've got coach my single. Oh, by the way, guys, if you do have a partner, do me a favor. Start low and then come into each other and then grab your grips. Does that make sense? Now, if you forgot how to do a guard pull, guys, it's very simple. Whatever arm I'm controlling, so right now I'm controlling this arm, that's the same leg that goes to his hip. So look, my feet are off a little bit, so I step, I sit straight down. My partner's gonna come to his knees, and that's it. Super simple, and then it's gonna be his turn. Guys, it's just a warm-up, so don't resist your partner. You're just going back and forth, right? Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you don't have a partner, then you're gonna have to pretend, Sarah. You're gonna have to go like this, put one foot in front, sit and roll back. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Work.
You were going first. Okay.
Wayne, all the midgets.
Yes.
Keep going, guys. Keep going. We're going to do this for about 2 minutes. I'm going to turn off this little 30-second buzzer so we don't go nuts.
Go back.
Keep going, guys. Keep going.
Yeah. I believe.
Got about a minute left, guys. Got about a minute left. Let's work. Let's work.
Ready?
20 seconds left. Sounds like you guys are having a great time, Wayne.
Yeah, I know. I'll keep them under control. Good for you?
Yeah. Okay.
Guys, 15 seconds. Let's go.
That's how you do. You're doing better.
Yeah.
All right, guys, time. Let's go ahead and get 10 good push-ups, guys. 10 good push-ups. Grab some water, and then let's come back.
I do my time. Think of what? 20? 50? Let me climb on top of you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Good job, Latigo. Let's see here. All right, guys. So really quick, a couple things really quick that we wanted to cover here. Let me switch this over so you guys can see a little bit better. So what we're going to be doing, guys, is we're going to be reviewing attacks today from, excuse me, let me get to a position where you guys can see me better. So we're going to be reviewing some attacks, guys, specifically from the guard. We're going to start off with a very simple kind of hip opener and rotation drill, right? It's going to be a 3-minute drill, right? And so for those of you guys that have multiple partners, you might have to switch a little bit, Wayne, so you might have to play a little bit with the kids, right, to kind of get this across. Sonia and Latigo, you guys will need to obviously do a couple, and then kind of switch on your own, right? And then Sarah, obviously your partner won't ever say anything. It's probably the best partner ever, right? And so just do as many reps as you can. Now, guys, this very first drill is going to start with me just holding onto the arms. My partner literally is going to be inside my guard, and his arms are going to be just like this, right? They're not really doing much. They're just going to be sitting in guard, allowing me to move, right? That being said, let me show you what the drill is, all right? So check this out. So guys, check this out. So Maxime is inside my guard, guys, and so here's what we're going to do. Like I said, it's just a basic warm-up drill. Now, there's a couple of things that I'm looking to do. I'm looking to just hold on to the sleeves like so, right? Now, once I open my guard, I'm going to put one foot on the hip. I have to lift. That second piece is important, right? So step one is foot on the hip. Step two is hips go up. Now, guys, I'm going to start to bring this across as I move my head. Now, the height of your leg into the armpit and pushing across to the far shoulder is huge. I'm not even going to pull right now. All I'm doing is just holding my body up so I can do this. Now, here's the important thing that I want you to understand, guys. The reason my hip doesn't fall down is because when I go here, I hold my hips up with this leg down. The first leg pushed me up, but the second leg holds me up so that now I can rotate. It's a very small thing, but it's something that confuses people in the beginning. Now, when I do the same thing to the other side, I open, I'm gonna post. Second thing, I lift. Look, I turn and I move. Now, I'm holding my weight up with this leg, and then I just release, and I come here, right? So it's gonna be a very simple drill, right? Like I said, I'm gonna set the timer for 3 minutes, guys. Here's what I want you to do, right? Do a couple, maybe 2, 3, 4 to the right, then you can switch. If you got multiple little partners, do your best, forget the rest. Here we go, guys. Get ready and let's go.
You gotta be ready to spin. Yeah. You can't just fall over.
Good, yep, grab the sleeves, nice. 1, 2, there you go, good. And if you need to, Sonia, try to push with that leg on his hip a little bit more to help you turn your angle. Yep, try to make sure you go right side and left side, guys. Right side and left side.
Over. Now bring. Yeah. Then you bring the leg up. There you go. Hold on.
Good, you got 1 minute and 45 seconds left, guys. 1 minute and 45 seconds.
You gotta sleep. Right. Got the hook there in his armpit. Feel the rigid. And then
Good, 1 minute, 20 seconds, guys. Keep going. Sonia, you look like you're getting crunched up over there.
did you move your leg?
You got 45 seconds, guys. Keep going, keep going.
You're gonna go.
Good. Yeah. See how you're kind of thinking and moving? Yes.
Push them over. Yeah, that's the good enough. This is stronger. That's the good enough.
You got about 20 seconds left, guys.
Yes. No.
Seconds, guys. All right, guys, time for just a second. So here's the thing. we're gonna go ahead and switch now. So that was just kind of a warm-up drill for everybody, right? So you can kind of get the idea of just kind of loosening the hips. Now, one of the mistakes that a lot of times we make in the beginning is we do a lot more pushing with the leg that's bumping into the shoulder than we do kind of a rotation of our body. And so don't worry if it's not perfect today, guys. It happens to all of us. Throughout your process of learning, you're going to be able to shift and move your body more, right? But if I was laying on the ground right now, just envision this. When I do cut across, let's say I'm cutting across with my right leg into the armpit, I don't want to just bump him over this way and my head kind of barely moves. I should be pivoting all the way. I should be pivoting, and when I say all the way, close to 90 degrees, all right? So keep that in mind as you get better. Again, if it's not perfect today, don't worry about it. Just keep repping it. It'll get smoother. It'll get easier. Now, that was a very basic, easy kind of a drill, right? The next piece now really involves the control of the upper body and the posture. Some of you guys that have been with me a little bit longer, you'll notice that this arm bar is different than the one that we used to teach for that reason, because of the posture control, right? And so I'm going to do this at a slight angle, guys. I'm going to use Coach Maxime again so you can see the contrast of our key colors. Hopefully that'll help you guys. All right, so we're set right here, guys. I'm going to have him go ahead and control my collars with his right hand. So when he's controlling here, this is a very common posture for most people, right? So assuming everything goes my way, I'm going to be able to go ahead and take this grip, break it off like so, taking the inside hand, hugging here. And now my goal is going to be to use my arm to pull down and maybe my legs to pull his body in a little bit. The goal is to bring his elbow clearly to the other side of my body as much as possible. When you do that, though, you might find that this hand that grabbed his arm kind of comes off. It's really weird if you try to hold the tricep the whole time. You almost wrist lock yourself. It's okay if it comes off. No big deal. Before he can re-posture, I have to take this hand, reach over, and hug his kind of armpit, right? So I'm reaching over and hugging. Now, guys, I can open my guard, right? I can start crawling up his body. Now, I'm going to stop here on purpose. Some people call this a pit stop. Look at this. My leg is over his shoulder right now. I would still be holding on right here, right? Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up my guard. I'm going to use this leg, the inside of my thigh. And look what I'm going to do. I'm going to push with it. When I push, that moves his body to the perfect angle that I need. Now, Maxime is bigger than me, so I'm going to adjust this leg a little bit. His head, if you notice, popped out because when this leg pushed him, it forced it out. No big deal. I hold this tight. I swing this over now very easily because he's at the correct angle. And then I apply pressure to take the arm. Let me do it again from this angle. And again, this is assuming that everything went well for us in this regard. There was no real movement. Maybe we caught him not paying attention, right? The next two variations, he will be paying attention, right? So we're right here. I come up. I strip the grip. I'm going to come across, pull, bring him across to this side of my body. Immediately reach over, holding on to him, keeping him tight. Now, guys, I'm holding, look at my elbow. I'm also putting downward pressure. This is important, right? Now, I open my legs up. I can start to step on his hip. I start crawling, crawling, crawling. There you go. Now, it might take 2 or 3 crawls. It might take 4 or 5. I have shorter legs, right? Now, I'm going to open. I'm going to use the inside part of my thigh to push him back. That's what causes the head to pop out. Hopefully you saw it. Again, I'm going to adjust my legs so I have better pressure to hold him in. Pass this leg now. Now, right here, I need to say this. This leg has a job and this leg has a job. The job of the leg on the head is always to break posture. Always. I always hold him down. If I don't apply pressure here, he stacks me. Go ahead and stack me, coach. Boom. No fun, right? He's younger, he's stronger. That's not going to be fun for me. So this has to hold him down. Now, that's not going to do it by itself. Like I said, he's young and strong. So this leg pushes that way. It's really hard for him to stack me when he's falling over. So 2 jobs there. Leg on the head, holds posture down, breaks posture down. Leg in the armpit is pushing out a little bit, breaking his posture, making it challenging for him to go ahead and make it work from that angle. So really quick, guys, I'm going to put you off of mute for a second and answer any questions if we have any. Does anybody have any questions Pretty straightforward? Beautiful. Excellent. Guys, happy climbing. Let's see how you do. I'm going to set the timer. I'm going to give you about 4 minutes on this one, guys. All right? If you have any questions whatsoever, come to the camera. Look confused. I'll know you need help. All right, guys? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Yeah. That's the other one. Gotcha.
Yes, perfect. See, you have nice long legs. This pit stop is ready. You can just hold in there, especially big. And now you're gonna. Oh, yes, beautiful hip exchange. Now look how easy it's gonna be. Just to kind of. There you go. Good. Done correctly. Done with the inside part of the leg. You'll never even need the hand.
And bring your leg across. Keep the arm. There you go. Yes.
How are we doing at home, guys? Everybody doing good?
Yeah.
Sonia, are you winning?
Not yet.
I haven't done
Not
it.
yet. I love it. All right. Sarah, how are we doing up there?
My dummy's not cooperating.
Well, okay. Some dummies are just better than other dummies.
This leg's supposed to go up over the shoulder.
Yes.
You're tiny, you get all the way up from here.
So you want to get to that pit stop position, right? Now, I'm showing it with a pit stop position, Sarah, but at any time, you're always more than welcome to go straight to it. I like the pit stop because it's a nice control position later on. And then, then you just switch and you go over, okay? Good. Wayne, how are we doing back at the Lillystrom household?
They're doing good. Yeah.
Hopefully you're able to get the arm bar on them.
Both at the same time.
There you go. There you go. That'll learn them. All right, you got about 1.5 minutes, guys. Keep going, 1.5 minutes.
How are you so much bigger?
That's everything right there, right? Important. The only other thing that I'd like to
Around. Yeah, muy bien.
Do I do coco?
Uh-huh. Now, acá, and you bring the leg across. Pues that's not. Ahí, pero te toca tú. No más. Vamos. No más.
Cha-cha. You do.
Grab. Call.
So that's very important, right? Especially as a purple belt, getting ready to move up to the brown belt, you have to be doing it.
Austin.
30 seconds, guys, 30 seconds.
Mira. Ya te enseño. Trick it. That's it.
I was over there down.
Yeah.
All right, guys, time for just a second. So let's move really quick. So now, for the most part, hopefully that made sense to everybody. Everybody was able to kind of get a couple of good reps on that. Now, we need to go to the next piece. And let me show you what the feet is going to be, because the feet on this one's important. So check this out. Maxime and I are going to switch positions this time. So check this out. So I'm going to be inside of this guard. Let's look at this angle right here, sir, so they can see a little bit better. So guys, check this out. Remember the first one we said it was perfect if I maybe wasn't paying attention and did everything like his direction. So if I'm here right, I have this position right. The second that he starts to strip my grip, go ahead, boom, I drop my elbow. Look where I'm dropping it. I'm blocking his hip, right? If I drop my elbow here, guys, that changes the game plan a little bit. Now, you can still hit the arm bar, but you're going to have to be specific in what you're doing. Does that make sense? Now, you can either wait for the arm to actually get stripped off, but usually this is what happens. Guys will go like this, I'll go like this. Oh, I don't like it. Look what I just did. I let my grip slide, and I put my elbow on this side. So now look, it's a different position, right? I'm not here any longer. This made the arm bar easy the first time. This makes it harder, okay? That's what we're gonna look at now, that reaction. So check this out. When that happens, guys, and it will happen, right? Now what I have to do is I have to make sure that I've been using my hip motion correctly, right? But because I'm shorter than he is, I'm gonna show you something that also tends to happen. And this is a nice little trick that I picked up through Professor Vitor and, Vitor and Professor Kyle. So check this out. When I do this, yes, you see what he just did? He dropped this. So I'm gonna need to come to this side, right? I can just hold it with one hand. I can even hold it with two hands. But what I need to do is I need to make sure that my hips go up. My hips are gonna go up by pulling my heels into his butt and lifting. When I drop my hips, there's gonna be a small space allowing me to do this. Right now, it's kind of over there, but it's not really all the way over there, not like it was from the first one. So what do I need to do? This is what I'm talking about. The grip is going to be the same. Look at what I'm going to do with my legs. I'm going to turn onto the side I want. The second I do that, his elbow drops lower. We're going to change angles so you can see that from a different angle to see exactly what I'm talking about. Right? So we'll do it from here. So again, he does this. I bring my hands over. I do this and I pull over. But it's not exactly where I want it to be. So I'm going to hug. When I turn on my side, you see how I'm kind of facing you guys now? His elbow just dropped into the pocket. That's huge. Now I can take my leg on the outside here. I can start climbing. Everything else is going to be the same. I'm just holding him here. Elbow is nice tight pressure. When I'm ready, I shift, right? And then I adjust. I pass this, and now everything else is the same. Thank you, Coach. So the big piece here, guys, the difference is going to be that they drop the elbow. You still have the grip here. Cup the elbow. You can even use the other hand if you want to, right? Lift the hips up and push. If you're smaller than me or like me and your partner's bigger, like Maxime, right, then you might have to do that extra little hip shift. Now, without a partner, really quick, I'm going to try to mimic the motion from this angle. Hopefully it makes sense. So I was here, guard closed, right? I lifted and I moved over, but his elbow was kind of on my body, right? I still grab here. Now, when I open up my legs, I don't stay flat on my back. I kind of straighten out the far leg and I, boom, turn onto my side. When I do that, right, when I go like this, the elbow drops off my body closer to the ground. Now I can start climbing and I'm able to do it. It's a small little trick, guys. Oh my gosh, but does it make a massive difference? It's allowed my arm bar to get better, especially on the guys that are bigger, bulkier than myself, right? So let me unmute everybody really quick. Guys, any questions on that?
No, sir.
No? All right, let's give it a go, guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Do it. Got about 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes.
Get him over here.
Não é empurro, tem que usar a perna. Ó, Joel.
Ready? Now, let's turn this up.
Keep going, guys. You got about 3 minutes left. 3 minutes.
Okay. And crawl up. Okay, ahora Ben, wait, you're not doing it. You're not bringing the leg around. Right?
Yeah.
So better.
Your right shoulder out. Yes. That shit, once you start falling up, it's going to make a massive difference, right? I don't know if you can roll guys that are big and heavy. They just pop their elbow on you and makes it hard, right? That quick shift eases everything.
Not hard.
No, not at all. You can go all the way to it right off the bat if you want to. I usually show this off because it's a good control for a lot, position for a lot of people. But you can go straight to it, it's fine though.
That bring around the leg. Yeah, do that. I guess the armor. There you go. Okay, I don't do that. Record another second. All right, around.
Oh, what's going on?
Got about 1:40 seconds, guys. 1:40 seconds. Sonia, do you have questions?
Oh, it says my battery is low. That's weird.
There. That was better.
Battery is low, but it's been plugged. What do you think?
No, it's not plugged. That's
Oh.
off. Move it to the bottom one. It's probably the light switch one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Figure it out.
I'm gonna bring the second.
Lo vas a empujar acá, ¿no? Y
I know, but if you're not, si está mal, no fuerza.
We did a hug.
no. No más.
Hold my head and
Yeah.
Just don't hold my head in place.
30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds.
That's why I'm holding your head. I just cannot reach.
Be serious.
Pass it around.
10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds.
I cannot do
All right, guys, time for just a second. So let me give you the last feed now, because this is going to be the thing that in some cases now takes us to our lovely old flower sweep. I think it's a cool sweep, right? It's kind of a fun sweep. But again, like most of the things that we do, guys, remember, as you become a better practitioner, right? I made this kind of analogy earlier in the day, right? So you're athletically, anyway, you know, if I have a better, let's say, coach, right, I can expect greater results, right? If I start with somebody who doesn't know anything about a particular sport and we try to learn together, we may have some talent, we may be able to pick it up, but if I can start with a good coach with good responses and good reaction drills, good timing drills, then it's going to help me. This last technique that we're going to do is predicated off of what the individual actually does, where they set their weight, right? So in the first situation, I'm going to mimic it first so you guys can kind of see it, and then I'll do it with a partner. So in the first situation, we talked about an arm bar where a guy's just kind of doing this, getting ready. Posture's fairly decent, right? In the second variation, we said, hey, they got wise to our arm bar and they dropped their elbow, so their posture changed. They went from having a good posture, getting ready to go up, to dropping the posture to avoid the arm bar. Does that make sense? In this case, what they're going to do, and I'll turn towards you guys a little bit so you can kind of see a little bit better. They're still in that same situation, but as soon as you start to grab, they're starting to pull back, right? And in some cases, you'll even see some guys lean back just a little bit. Not too much because that's an easy sweep for them on bottom, right? But you'll see guys that'll do this and kind of even back up just a little bit more. That's when we hit the flower sweep, right? If they come back into you, then you should always be going back for the arm bar or something else, an overhook series, things that we'll look at later in the curriculum. But for today's examples, we looked at three things: normal posture, arm bar. They dropped the elbow blocking the hip. That's okay. We have an answer for that, and it still ends up in an arm bar. This answer now ends up in a sweep where we're mounted on top of them, right? So we're going to do it from hopefully a couple of angles so you guys can kind of see this. Coach, can I borrow you, please? So this situation, guys, like I said, kind of starts the same way. He still has the same grips. No big deal, right? I go here, but now he kind of pulls his elbow back. right? So he's just, and sometimes he'll even let go here. You can let go there. Yes. See, he does this. His posture changed, and we have this. So I'm going to take my hand on this far side, guys, and I'm going to reach over, and I'm going to grab the material on his knee, right? There's a lot of material there. So I just grab that. The next couple pieces are important. When I open my guard, it's very important that I put my foot right next to his, not here. If I put my foot here, he can bend his elbow, push my leg to the side, boom, and now he's passing. This is very bad, right? So it's very important that when my posture's here, I go here. It's right by him. I've almost got knee pressure onto his body. Now, this far leg is going to come up. I'm going to bridge my hips up, right? Almost like I'm bridging to go to turtle, but I'm going to bump him in the shoulder in the direction of this knee. I want him to go that way, kind of at a forward 45, 60-degree angle. When I bump him that way, because his weight shifts, this hand over here on this side that has his knee is easily going to be able to lift the leg, right? So all of these things together, he's got some weight going back. I have this trap here. I bridge, I bump, and then I lift. I ride the momentum all the way up. See how I let this help me up? Right now I can release, and now I have the mounted position, right? Let's do that again, guys.
Super.
So check this out. Again, same situation. I start to go for this. He pulls back. Not what I wanted. So I come on this side. Open. Trap the leg right by him. I have a little bit of inward knee pressure on him currently. I start to come up, bump him in that direction, lift, ride the momentum up, release, and now we have mount. All right? So we'll do it again from the opposite angle so you can see the grip of my right hand. So same idea. I'm set. He starts to pull back. No good. Reach. Here's the material that I'm looking for. Post right by his body. This leg right here, I'm bridging up, bumping, moving over. And I hold on to his pant. I hold on to his pant, guys, all the way, right? In some cases, especially as you get the timing better on it, it's going to go quick, and boom, it'll just go over. Guys, I'll tell you a really nice guy to watch with this kind of sweep, the hip bump sweep and the flower sweep. If you get a chance to watch Hudson Mateos, he's one of our black belts in our organization. He's about 22, 23 years old. Man, I'll try to find some footage of him and post it. He has done this in real time against some amazing competitors. It's just really awesome. But like I said, it is a timing technique, right? So the response in this case, and I'll turn sideways again, the response in this case is your partner's going to, from when you grab their arm, they're just going to lean back a little bit and start to pull the arm back, right? Right now, obviously, they're going to stop for you, giving you time to practice the move. Just realize that as you get better, you're going to have to catch that timing because they're obviously not going to sit there the whole time waiting for you. All right, let me put this back on gallery view, see if anybody has questions. Any questions, guys?
No, sir.
That's right.
Excellent. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go, guys. Got about 4 minutes.
Okay. So he sits up. Sit up.
And twist.
This leg is hugging up here. This. So my guard is up. Oh, I do. This. Okay. Okay. The last is good. Your dough is in your. And he sits up. So, now, boom, grab, okay. This leg, hit him. Ready? Shoulder.
What was that?
Go to the leg. So that's to help you push him over. Press.
Ahí va a decir, mira para ser de...
Okay, I
want you to fix it. I want you to fix that knee. Look, here's the thing. This is important. What this knee is. So I'm here. You have to break it, right? Because as soon as you grab them like this, right? All you got to do is hold on. So I like this. Hold on, right? So I can see up, right? You protect you, right? So you have that. When you post this, it has to stay knee pressure here. Yeah, you can have it at a slight angle. So look this for a second. Yeah,
That was not.
Does that make sense? Right, take this grip. Now, you have to bridge up, right? The second you this, you see what it does? Earlier, when you do something like this, he's gonna drop it. Does that make sense? Because if I start to go like this and you need space, why wouldn't I? This is important. Yes. So when I start to do this, right, even if I try to get it in there, it doesn't matter because now we see, it's gonna take me with. If you open, that's what you did with him. You went like this. He's gonna or slip the elbow line. Or that's what he should do. Let me say it that way. Definitely the headquarters. Those guys are monsters. You got a minute and 20 seconds, guys. Minute and 20 seconds. Let's see Sonia. So you got your grips, boom, bridge up, bump into the shoulder. So you're gonna have, if you can flare his elbow a little bit more, Sonia, when you do it, you may not be able to, but try to focus on that kind of flare. Can you do it again for me?
Sure. Yeah, I thought it was kind of hard because if his elbows are tight, I just. When do I?
So you're going to have to grab his sleeve because you should always be threatening the arm bar first. If you can pull his elbow over at all, then that's what you should be doing. When he postures back up and pulls the elbow back, that's when you have to start going for it. Does that make sense? Right? So that's where you're going to try to flare his elbow with your right leg when you bridge and then bump him. Better, better, better.
Yeah, okay.
We just need to get timing and we need to get reps. But again, this one's a hard one because your partner kind of has to help you out a little bit there because the timing on it has to be perfect.
The weight differences.
Well, there's like maybe 1 or 2 weight categories difference between you guys. I get that, but
Much 100.
Now bring them back. With your guys.
Latigo may have had 1 or 2 extra cookies during this this break.
I'll do it.
All right, guys, time for just a second. All right, so guys, everybody, really quick. Like I was kind of playing with Sonia there for a little bit. So the thing here is it's always going to be about that kind of little timing thing. But I do want to go back to this, guys, because it's super, super important. And Professor Caio, for the last, like, really 2 years, has really made a massive, massive kind of deal about this, guys. The right response is super huge. Now, in this one, this last one very specifically, right, your partner had to help you. There was just no way around it. Partner had to help you, kind of go slow, give you the time to kind of bump them over and help them. If your partner's balanced, and let's say this is their back, if they're leaning forward at all and their elbow is anywhere where you can kind of start attacking it and going for an arm bar, that's what you should be doing. You should be doing that, right? If they're pulling back and pulling away from you, once it breaks a certain point, you're going to realize, hey, this is silly now to try an arm bar. It's too far gone for me to try an arm bar. I should be trying a sweep or an exit, right? We're looking for a sweep right now because we're trying to keep the game engaged. But there's nothing wrong with exiting. There's nothing wrong with putting your foot on the hip, standing up, maybe going to a butterfly guard. There's a lot of different levels of experience, right, on here, on the class tonight. So, you know, there's variations you can go to. For the drill tonight, all we did is we went from 3 basic postures, right? We went from posture number 1, where I'm just here, and I let my partner kind of get it. Posture number 2, I kind of broke it down a little bit here. My arm was still kind of on the hip right here. Posture 3 says, nope, I'm going to bring it back. I didn't like it. I'm just bringing it back, right? I shift my shoulders slightly. I'm not past my center line. That would be bad. But I did adjust just a little bit. I went like this. And maybe I'm stalling, right? And you'll see that at the high levels because some of these guys, honestly, you know, they don't care if they win by 1 advantage or 1 point. They could care less, right? Because in some cases, it means a whole year or 2 years of very high-priced seminars for them. So they don't care. They just want to win, right? They just need the W, right? But they'll stall. They'll just do enough just to make it look like they're still engaged, but it's really a stall, right? When they shift that weight, that slight shifting of weight now leads you to this butterfly sweep and or some other variations. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us here today. We're going to go ahead and bow out, guys. If any of you guys would like to join in, we have an advanced class that's going to be starting relatively soon. But if you're not going to be able to jump in on that, guys, thank you so much for being here. Again, guys, so I want to say thank you to Jefferson for helping us out, guys. And for those of you guys that don't know Maxime runs the program, guys, over at Avenge Jiu-Jitsu, guys. When you get a chance, make sure that you do get a chance to meet him. And when this is all over, hopefully we'll be able to go over there and train at their facility as well. All right, guys, let's go ahead and stand up. Feet are going to be together. Hands are at your side. And courtesies. Guys, thank you so much. Very good work tonight. Thank you.
Yeah.